We are in for a long fight. This two-party system does not go down without a fight, okay? They have tens to hundreds of millions of pounds behind them. They've got hundreds of years of history, and they're gonna come at us with everything. Just wait. The slander campaign is coming. They're gonna attack my character. They're gonna vilify our platform and our guests and everything that we stand for. But we've got you behind us, the London Real Army, to go out there and tell your friends and family, no, actually, these guys speak the truth. And we're going to be calling on your help very shortly. So I appreciate that. Finally, Rachel Axel says, May cannot come soon enough. London is ready. I appreciate you. And Tigress on Instagram says, someone worth voting for. And I appreciate that. And so, look, I want to conclude with this thought, which is this. You know, anyone can bring a problem to a situation. Anyone can highlight what's going wrong, but it takes a real dedicated professional to provide a solution. And that's why I decided a couple months ago that I would decide to become your next mayor of London. And that's because I want to offer a solution to the problem. And that's exactly what we want to do here. I want to focus on the economy while also protecting the vulnerable. Again, I want to focus on the economy while also protecting the vulnerable. Most people think it's either or. I disagree. I think you need both. You must have both, which means you must have the economy working and you must have the vulnerable to protect it. And that's what we're going to do. Again, this is about control, not elimination. Everything that Dr. Kulldorff talked about is control. We need to find a way to live with the virus, and by using focused protection, we can do that. As your next mayor of London, my plan is to do that. Protect the vulnerable, but get London back to work. And let me tell you exactly how I'm going to do that. First of all, post-lockdown, I'm going to create a 6-month, what I call congestion charge holiday. I want to completely remove the prohibitive taxation that happens right here in London in order to promote more visits to the city and boost the economy. Next, I want to create post-lockdown what I call a business rates holiday, which means remove business rates across the board for all small and medium enterprises inside London. How can you expect a business to come back in one of the worst recessions of all times while simultaneously taxing them? That is a ridiculous socialist idea that doesn't work. We've got to support these businesses, and that's how we do it now. Third, I will stimulate key sectors with expanded financial packages specifically for our hospitality industry. I'm talking about restaurants, cafes, nightclubs, retail, and the hotel sector. Really important. Fourth, I'm going to encourage the return of office workers to the city. Let me repeat that. I am going to encourage office workers to return to the city. Let's find a way to get those age groups under 40 to come back to the city. Let's sit down with the 30 global financial institutions in the city of London where I used to work and say, hey, what's it going to take to get your people back? What can we do to get them back here safely? And what can we do to incentivize you to do that? I know that we can come up with a deal, but it starts with a leader being proactive and leading from the front, as opposed to a leader who is literally crusading for a lockdown, who wants to instill fear and panic, and then, of course, next year ask you for another multi-billion pound bailout. Yep, I'm talking about the mayor of London, who is 10 billion pounds in the hole from running the Transport for London into the ground, another 10 or 20 billion pounds in the hole for mistakes made with subsidized housing. And of course, now he's going to probably be asking for another 5 billion pounds come next year because he has crusaded for a lockdown that's crushing our economy. That's not what I would do. Let's get back to work. Next, I would implement science-based protocols for retail establishments to comply with COVID, but also responsibly get back to work. Next, I want to safely open up museums, theaters, concert areas, and stadiums. I know we can do it. I want to allow outdoor seating for the use of streets for all of our retail and hospitality businesses here in London. It sounds simple. We could do it right now, and we could open up these businesses and be safe for COVID. I want to get our children back to school, which is going to promote all the businesses around that, and it's going to support those depending businesses. On top of that, I want to put science first and talk about what I just talked about, proportional response to the virus. I want to put our health first. I want to be proactive with our health. I want to get people in gyms. Let's start eating more responsibly. Let's really talk seriously about smoking cessation, reducing our drinking, and how we look at drugs in this country. Let's look about mindset. Let's look about getting better sleep habits. Next, I want to put education first and really get our kids back to school. Still a lot of schools that are not at capacity because of this virus. And finally, I want to put family first. By promoting the family structure, we're going to reduce crime. We're going to have massive benefits to the economy, and we're going to really save a lot of our housing issues and some of our other social supports. So those are my plans as your next mayor of London. To be honest, no one is talking about the policies that I'm articulating here, which is strange because the people that are trying to run for mayor, they've been doing this for 20 years. So they're supposed to be the ones with the great ideas, but we have the best articulated policies. Again, these are all summarized on my Transform London 2021 plan of attack. It's all on our website, brianformayor.london. Go there. Please sign up for our list. You can donate to our campaign, and we're soon going to have ways that you can help volunteer, because let's be honest, folks, we are going to need every single one of your help to win this race. The two parties, they are going to dig in here. They're going to start coming after us. They're going to spend big. They're going to try to attack us. We're going to need every single member of the London Real Army in the streets, sharing our videos, giving us comments and likes, speaking with your friends and family, hopefully out there passing out flyers, talking to people, like I said, sharing the videos and talking about how we all together can move into City Hall and make the changes we need. I'm telling you, this is desperate times. They require desperate measures, and enough of this current crop of politicians. They've shown time and time again that they cannot handle this situation. They are making disproportionate decisions and disproportionate responses to this virus. There's a total lack of science-based decision-making. And let's just talk about basic leadership. Again, they do not show credibility in their decisions. They do not show that they are making solutions, and they're not trying to get London back to work or get this country back to work. So let's do that. Let's move proactively in the future. Let's be optimistic, and I know we can find solutions. Again, I think we can make London a world-class city once again, and we're looking forward to those solutions.